Assalamu alaikum Nasreen Samin. Welcome to the second episode of Mahanur Ki Gupshup. Today I have with me Miss Nasreen Imran, who is a sociology teacher and also an amazing human being. So welcome Miss Nasreen to my podcast.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So can you tell me what is sociology and why should students choose sociology? And because most of the students do not opt for this subject and they don't even know what is the subject matter for this sociology, and what should one expect from this subject?
Mainly, people do not have any idea about the subject matter of sociology. They do not take into consideration this is the importance of sociology, because they consider that only studying the natural science subjects are only sufficient for us, are useful for us. For nowadays, the way society is changing, because of the process of globalization, different ideas, different type of ideology, especially the Western ideology, is affecting the mindset of our youngsters. So this has become very, important for the Muslim Ummah, especially all around the world, to understand the impact of process of globalization and how it's affecting our values, how it's affecting our culture. And this actually gives us a sort of analysis, a sort of evaluation about the extent to which we should get inspiration, and we should adopt the culture, the Western values and the culture of other societies as well. I have been teaching sociology for last 14 years, and overall I have 18 years teaching experience. I have been teaching in well-known, renowned schools in Karachi. And Alhamdulillah, I have produced very good results in sociology. We can understand, we can analyze the strengths and limitations of the other cultures affecting our lifestyle, and the extent to which it's actually, whether this is leading us towards the Islamic teaching or keeping us more away from the religious values. So this is why it has become necessary for the people, the students especially, to understand, Muslim students also, especially to understand the subject matter of sociology.
So what is sociology to you?
Sociology is actually my passion. And not only sociology, but the field of sociology is actually my passion. And I take it, very religiously, spiritually. The purpose of teaching sociology is not only to actually earn something, but the purpose is to serve ummah, to serve nation, to actually develop this sort of awareness among my students regarding the way we can bring the improvement in a society through using Islamic ideology. And what I believe that nowadays it has become very important for the Muslim ummah to understand the subject matter of sociology.
Okay, so tell me, there's a really important aspect in sociology called identities. So what do you have to say on this?
See, actually identities are, social identities especially, are becoming very hot issue nowadays, especially in the Western world. And this issue is affecting our modern nation as well, even in Pakistan. What I observed that this issue of identity was only affecting a specific social class in the past. That was our elite class or upper class. But nowadays, this actually, the process of this mindset that about the identity is affecting the middle class also, especially the upper middle class and the middle class. The people are, especially our youngsters, are becoming very concerned about their gender identity.
Okay, तो अभी आपने बोला मिडिल क्लास, तो इसको आप क्लियर करें, क्योंकि ज़्यादातर लोगों के माइंडसेट में होता है कि अभी हम ओनली 3 classes, तो इसके बारे में क्या कहेंगे?
We don't have only 3 classes. The three classes can further be subdivided into further social classes. जैसे कि we have upper class, upper middle, upper lower, and then we have upper middle, middle, and middle lower class. So these classes are being, divided, keeping in mind the different type of life chances they are having, the different type of occupations and sort of income they are having. That actually define whether you belong to the upper middle class, middle class, middle lower class, or upper lower class, upper middle class, upper lower class, middle lower class or lower class, right? Acha. So the thing is that we actually, first of all, we need to understand that why actually our youngsters are facing this problem of ideology nowadays. Why they are not satisfied with the sort of ideology they are being given by bestowed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what I observe that people are not satisfied, youngsters are not satisfied with their identity, because they do not understand the true essence of the religion. They do not understand the rights and responsibilities given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The specific rights given to the men, the specific rights given to the women, and the blessings of being a man and blessing of being a woman are not being actually understood. And as far as the youngsters are concerned, they are actually not being made understood the importance of being men or women. In this regard, what I feel that the basic role should be performed by the parents. The role should be performed by the teachers to give a sense of importance of being men and women, right? Once we will get the clear-cut idea to what actually benefits, blessings we are getting, and when we are performing specific responsibilities given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, being a man or woman, to what rewards we are getting. When we will get to know the rewards, both worldly and the rewards in hereafter, so I think the youngsters will feel a sort of satisfaction. Right? And one more thing, when our destination is only this world, so we will never feel satisfaction in doing any of our, in performing any of our religious responsibility. When the purpose is, the destination is akhirah, the hereafter. So in that situation, even though when we are not getting the rewards in this world, we will be still satisfied. Right? We'll be satisfied that still when we are not getting though we are not getting the benefits in this world, but still we have a place, we have we will face the situation where we will get the most important reward, right? And that will be the reward we'll be getting in hereafter. So in this regard, what I think that the core role should be performed by the parents. What should be the role of the parents now? The parents should have, first of all, the awareness of the religious duties, responsibilities, rights, and everything in terms of being men or women. And one more thing here, the parents should give some sacrifice also. When the parents are giving sacrifice, what I think nowadays, only if we want to save our nation, being ummah, if we want to save our youngsters being ummah, we can only save them through sacrifice.
Yes, because family ko kehte hain, it's the primary socialization. So that really affects a child's upbringing and everything.
Yes,
so family is
we all are actually accountable.
Yes.
Being a parent, being a teacher, everyone is accountable. Okay? So the teachers are accountable for their students, the parents are accountable for their children. That's why it's necessary for us to, understand our core role in terms of saving Ummah, in terms of saving our Muslim nation, our youngsters especially. So the parents should give sacrifice here. The sacrifice of their worldly wishes, the sacrifice of their desires, and this is how only what I think we can save our mind. The teachers should also be a role model for the children. Unless you are becoming the role model for the children cannot get, aspirations, they don't have any aspiration of being a good person. They are not getting inspiration from the teacher unless they are becoming the role model for the students.
Okay. So, is puri journey mein, when you have been teaching or you have been studying by your own, what are some resources that have helped you a lot? Anything you have read or listened to?
I actually never relied upon the textbook or the...
Okay, so anything you have listened to or watched?
Yes, I used to listen to different lectures, different, the scholars. who are actually speaking on international issues, who are actually speaking on Islamic philosophy. I specifically studied Imam Ghazali. I specifically listened Dr. Israr Ahmed, and different discussions carried out by different other scholars also. Jaise ke, I used to listen. Nowadays, I'm getting inspirations from the youth club also. They are also doing their best. And there are a number of other ulamas also, but mainly I get inspired from the ideology of Dr. Israr Ahmed. And his lectures, brought a lot of change and gave me new dimensions to think about the variety of social issues. And those lectures actually became helpful for me also to bring the change in the mindset of my students also, to line up their ideology according to Islamic values, according to Islamic culture. His lecture became very helpful for me.
Okay. So, who are the specifically three people who have influenced you the most?
The three people in my life are, you can say, my father.
How has he influenced you?
Actually, he was very inclined and, very positive mind in terms of studying different cultures, in terms of studying different religions. Used to study he was very inclined towards studying the comparative studies of different religions. He was very inclined towards studying the philosophy, and he was a very keen learner, though he was not well educated, but he used to pick up different books from different sources, from library, and used to study over them. And he was really very open-minded person and wanted. And then, of course, the first and four important personalities, of course, Prophet peace be upon him. Then you can see my father and Dr. Israr. I'm really, very inspired of it.
So, can you recommend any books for teenagers or people around you that you really want someone to read that book, or some books?
Books, so currently I'm not reading any specific book actually. I will recommend the new generation to listen the ulama karams, who are not only talking about improving the moral values, right? Yes, I believe that bringing the change in the morality, in the ethics is very necessary. But the most important thing, which actually the new generation need to understand, is the role of the ideology in shaping human behavior. In this regard, I will recommend them to hear the lectures given by the modern reformists. जैसे कि आप you can talk about ये जो youth club है, and you can hear Dr. Israr Ahmed, you can hear Dr. Zakir Naik. He's again a very big inspiration for the modern generation.
उनके आगे सब लाजवाब हो जाते हैं इनका. ओके, तो आपने शुरू में आइडेंटिटीज की बात की थी, तो आप एथनिक आइडेंटिटी पे क्या बात करना चाहेंगे?
Ethnic identity has become a very important issue again nowadays in modern, especially in the developed countries of the world, because the Muslims are, especially I want to talk about the Muslim identity. As you know, that because of the process of globalization, it has become very easier for the people to move from one part of the world to another in search of job, getting quality education, in improving their lifestyle, life standards. So this actually, the people, the Muslims especially, the people who are moving to other country of the world, they have different ways to get adjust in that specific society. The one way is to either get totally absorbed in their ideology, their cultural values, and the other way is to through hybrid identities, the ethnic minorities are spending their life, they are following their own values along with the values of the host society also.
For
example, the Muslims who are going abroad, they are known going to England especially. So they are known as Britians. They are the British Muslims, Asians, British Asians. They are following their own values along with the values given by the British society. So in this regard, what I feel that the Muslims should be very well aware of their own ethnic identity, that for we being a Muslim have a specific set of values, I know it's very difficult when you are living in any specific society to keep yourself totally secure and protected from their ideology. But the people who are moving abroad, or not only the people, ethnic identity. Nowadays, not only the people who are moving abroad are getting influence from the values of other societies. Up to it has become very easier when you're sitting in your own room, you're sitting on your bed, and the international ideology, the international mindset can affect you.
Yes, media.
So that's why it's not necessary the people who are moving abroad, they only need to protect their ideology, their mindset, being a Muslim. But the people who are even sitting in their own bedroom, they also need to specifically protect their ideology, right? Because the ideology, the spread of ideology has been deterritorialized. Okay, it's not confined to, the ideology is now not confined to any specific social boundary. It has crossed the borders, right? So this is very important, that we need to filter our values, we need to filter our ideology, we need to filter the values coming from the other parts of the world, especially the Western values, which are very charmful, very attractive. And
तो उन स्टूडेंट्स को आप क्या एडवाइस करना चाहेंगे जब यहाँ से पढ़ने जाते हैं फॉर हायर स्टडीज़, तो अगर वो यूएस या यूके जैसे इन्वायरमेंट में जा रहे हैं जब कंट्रीज़ में, तो फिर आप उनको किस तरह वो कोप अप रखें अपनी वैल्यूज से, या उनको क्या एडवाइस देना चाहेंगे?
सबसे पहले तो ये कि यू कैन कीप योरसेल्फ कनेक्टेड टू योर रिलीजियस वैल्यूज. अगर इफ़ यू आर नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विद योर ओन वैल्यूज, you won't be able to connect yourself. Yes. So it's first of all, wherever you are living, whether in your own country or going abroad, it's necessary to be satisfied with your own values. Okay, once you are satisfied, it's necessary to keep yourself connected with madrasas, with masjid, with the community who is working on spreading Islamic ideology and spreading.
And I think online Islam, religious groups itne hote to
exactly like, you can join those groups. And even you can work on spreading, you can spread your values among your classmates through, showing them the exemplaries.
Yes. क्योंकि अल्लाह ताला ने कुरान में बोला ना, अमर बिल मारूफ व नही अनिल मुनकर करना है. सिर्फ अपने ही नहीं, अपने आप को ही नहीं पॉलिश करना, दूसरों के भी करना है.
बिल्कुल. So this is how what I think that the students who are going abroad, they have dual responsibility. They have to, not only to protect their own mindset, but they can, influence others also through being an exemplary and through, spreading their religious values, through preaching. They can bring the change in other parts of the world also.
Yes, आप इंस्पायर किसी भी तरह से कर सकते हैं, like anything you can. ओके, तो अब एज आइडेंटिटीज़ के बारे में बात करेंगे बहुत डिटेल है कि पहले क्या होता था सोसाइटीज़ में और अब क्या कॉन्सेप्ट हो गया एज आइडेंटिटी.
एज आइडेंटिटीज़ आर अगेन चेंजिंग ऑल अराउंड द वर्ल्ड. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द ओल्ड एज आइडेंटिटीज़, वी टॉक अबाउट चाइल्डहुड, children's identity, we talk about the youngsters' identity. Everywhere these identities are changing in most of the parts of the world, right? The children, in the past, we know that the children were not given any specific status. In childhood, the children were not considered children at all. They were considered to be the part of the adulthood, and the children were given the same responsibilities as given to the adults. And they were all aware of the adult world. But then, because of after the process of industrialization and after the important role of the labor unions, the children started getting their rights, and gradually the child labor became banned in the developed countries of the world. Education became compulsory. That's how now children you can say that modern industrial societies have become totally child-centered.
Yes.
But still again, according to the postmodernists, that the childhood is actually disappearing all around the world because of getting easy access to different websites. Children are exposed to the adult world easily. They can easily access to different websites where they can demand their parents to buy specific products. right? This is how the age identities are again changing.
And I think after this pandemic, COVID demanded them to get these gadgets in their hands, and now they have access to everything
Exactly.
after this pandemic.
You can say that this COVID situation has put a very intensive influence on the changing childhood identities. And as far as the old age people are concerned, so again, the old age people are also the old age identities, identities are again changing. But it, varying from society to society also, right? In some parts of the world, you can observe such changes in the identity. Especially in the Western societies, you can see such change in the age identities, but not all around the world. Still, in some parts of the country, in nomadic societies, you can see old age identities still stagnant, right? They are still going, not giving the importance to the old age people because they are not able to move from one place to another. In traditional societies where the economy is still relying over the agriculture sector, they are not facing any change in the identity, right? But as far as the modern societies are concerned, the people are aware. The old age people are becoming more aware of the modern technology now. They are getting more aware of the new values, the changing social setup. So they are actually trying to adapt themselves according to the change they are facing in the society. And the society is also giving them opportunity. The system, the social system.
Yes, retirement की भी अब कोई age specific नहीं है, वो आप अपनी मर्जी से लेते हैं.
Yes, we have got different concepts, like there's a difference between the physical age and the mental age. The physical age is all belonging to your chronological age, the number of years you are passing, and the mental age is related to the extent to which you are accepting yourself to be old.
Yes.
So this is how it's all about your thinking, your perception about yourself. If you think that you are old, you are old, and you think that you can still do something in your life, you have the opportunity, especially in modern society.
Yes, कुछ लोगों को माइंडसेट होता है कि अगर वो बूढ़े हो गए हैं तो बस वो बैठ गए हैं बेड पे, वो कुछ नहीं कर सकते. लेकिन मेरे दादा कहते हैं कि शुक्र है बुढ़ापा है, बुरा आपा नहीं है. सो लाइक आप अपने माइंडसेट से खेलते हैं, सब कुछ आपके माइंड से कंट्रोल होता है कि आप जैसे सोच रहे हैं
बिल्कुल
वैसे ही होगा. आप अगर आप समझें कि आप कर सकते हैं इतनी एक्टिविटी, और या आप जो भी काम वगैरह चल रहे हैं सोसाइटी में, आप उसके साथ कोप अप कर सकते हैं तो आप करें, क्योंकि आपकी एज अब इफेक्ट नहीं करती. आपके सारा कुछ खेल मेंटल एज का होता है. सो ओके. एंड एडल्टहुड के बारे में क्या बात करेंगे?
Adult identity is not as such changing. You can say that the adults were having these responsibilities in the past. Still the adults are full of responsibility.
And
youngsters की जो identity है, so you can only see the difference in make the comparison between the past and present. In the past there was not any concept of youth. Youth were also the part of the adult category, and they were also given the responsibilities. But nowadays, because of the process of industrialization, because of increased rate of lone parent families, and extension in the educational time period, duration जो आपको spend करना होता है educational achievement का, so the youngsters are away from any workforce.
Yes.
They are unable to get
responsibility
भी नहीं है, and they are unable to get any status also. They are unable to get, that's why they are unable to get any identity.
अच्छा, बल्कि अब चीज़ें चेंज हो रही हैं, क्योंकि अब बाहर मुल्कों में, सिर्फ पाकिस्तान में होता है कि 27-28 ईयर्स तक डिग्री ले रहे हैं, पढ़ाई हो रही है, कोई जॉब नहीं करते. लेकिन बाहर के मुल्कों में लाइक यूएस वगैरह में पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों को पार्ट टाइम जॉब के लिए भेज देते हैं. लाइक 16 ईयर्स के बच्चों को, 17 ईयर्स के बच्चे कर रहे होते हैं पार्ट टाइम जॉब्स. अब यहाँ पे ये अभी तक स्कोप नहीं आया है कि आप साथ पढ़ाई के साथ साथ जॉब शुरू करें, काम करें. बिकॉज आप 28 ईयर्स आपने लाइक 25% या 20% तो आप अपनी ज़िंदगी का सिर्फ पढ़ाई करने के लिए लगा रहे हैं. तो आप जिस प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ के लिए आप प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं अपने आप को, तो उसका थोड़ा सा पार्ट तो स्टार्ट करें ना, मतलब लाइक कुछ होना तो चाहिए.
As you know, the youngsters are away from getting identity, are unable to get identity to a certain age. So this has become a very specific And this is a time period of different chemical change, hormonal change in your body, and the youngsters want to get some status, some identity in a
और
society.
इन्फ्लुएंस भी बहुत जल्दी हो जाते हैं हर एक
बिल्कुल,
से
especially in this
जो
time
देख
of
रहे हैं वो।
globalization.
Yes.
They're getting inspirations from different values. So they want to have, they want to have their identity in a society. So that is affecting their mindset, and whatever they're accepting, whatever is catching their mind, they're going towards that.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Nasreen, for coming to my podcast, and hope to see you all soon, inshallah. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.